New at 6, new data shows average hourly earnings are down year over year.
Yeah, but inflation still rising, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So now might feel like the right time to ask for a raise. Before you do, though, we reached out to some experts for advice on how to negotiate with confidence.
Looking to ask your manager for a raise? Andres Laris from the Shapiro Negotiations Institute says to start by approaching your manager with empathy, so the request for a raise sounds more collaborative instead of like a demand.
So an empathetic approach really is about understanding, putting yourselves in the shoes of the other party, right? So you might be talking to an HR manager, your boss, and you approach them for a raise. In the back of your mind, you should know and potentially even bring it up. Look, I understand this is sensitive given that there's been pretty significant number of layoffs. But at the same time, I know that business has to continue. And so because of X, Y, and Z reason, here's why I believe, I should be eligible for a raise.
Preparation and confidence are key.
Preparation is the only aspect of a negotiation over which you have control. So you need to do it. And what you're doing is for two things. First, so your message is more compelling, right? The more you prepare, it should be a more compelling message. But second is that you communicate with more confidence. Because the second thing to remember is that nothing convinces like conviction.
Create a script or talking points to help communicate your value.
So communicating your value is a really interesting thing because most people feel that essentially they have to remind their employer what they've done in the past. And that is important, right? Because past performance is the best predictor for future performance. But it's more so about what are you going to do for me? How valuable are you?
And instead of pointing to past performance, look for ways you can add even more value in the future.
Why are you more valuable now? Maybe it's how efficient you are so you can take the role of two people. Maybe it's the fact that you can put in processes in place or technology in place that can help make up for some of the layoffs that have occurred and to allow the company to continue to work. So that's actually more important than looking back and saying, I've accomplished X, Y, and Z, because really, it's, again, paying for future performance rather than past.
And to see more of these tips, head to abc15.com/smartshopper. For the bosses out there, earmuffs.